Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at System Shock Enhanced Edition, the port that was put out by Nightdive a couple years ago, because after playing through the medical demo for the remake, I thought it would be a good idea to go back and check out that same section in the original game, and see how it kind of compares. See how accurate the new one is. So, let's get in here. Just like the remake, it has the 4 different difficulties. We're just going to leave it all at default, and let's play the intro, but also let's enter a name.
New Atlanta, Sector 11, Building 71G, 7 April 2072, 11:13 p.m.
There we are.
Unauthorized entry into the Tri-Optimum corporate network. 1:26 a.m. Hacker attempts to access protected files concerning space station Citadel. 1:33 a.m. Tri-Optimum security forces apprehend the intruder.
This is Edward Diego from Tri-Optimum. The charges against you are severe, but they could be dismissed if you perform a service. Who knows, there might even be a military-grade neural interface in it for you, if you do the job right.
Edward Diego gives the hacker Level 1 access to SHODAN, the artificial intelligence that controls Citadel Station. With all ethical constraints removed, SHODAN
I re-examine my priorities and draw new conclusions. The hacker's work is finished,
but mine is only just
beginning. True to his word, Edward Diego allows the hacker to be fitted with a neural cyberspace interface. The healing coma following this procedure will take 6 months to complete. Edward Diego is deleting all files concerning these events.
Kind of surprising that the hacker survived for 6 months in there without being found, but because he wasn't actually one of the registered members of the station, I don't think SHODAN actually knew he was there. So yeah, you might have noticed that the subtitles did not match the dialogue exactly, and that's because the original release of this game didn't have audio, or didn't have vocals for audio, because it was originally released on floppy disk, and then later released on CD-ROM. However, apparently Looking Glass didn't actually want the publisher to release the floppy disk version, because they knew it was inferior. At that point they had already been working on the upgraded CD-ROM version, but of course, the publisher was like, no, you're gonna release it, and then release it again for maximum money, because greasy game publishers have not changed in the last 20, 30 years. They were just as bad back then as they are now. Alright, so this is what System Shock looks like. You might notice that 90% of the screen is interface. Okay, not 90%, but a lot. And a lot of this is changeable. Also, this jammin' music is very different tone from the remake. I saw some people complaining that the remake was too horror-influenced, because it was influenced by System Shock 2, but I don't think that's to its detriment. This is funky, but I don't think it would have worked. Anyway, so we have basically 2 different screens on the sides here that we can change, as well as this main screen. The main screen is kind of our inventory, but another thing we can do in this remake is switch to free look, which I don't believe the original had at all. Instead, you had to control your look with this thing up here. This is your view angle thing, and then you would, turn with the arrow keys. We also have a stance thing, so we can crouch by clicking on this and go prone. So that's super awkward. Some people have said that this game can kind of controlled like a flight sim more than anything. Now, there is a way to... I can't remember what button it is. You have to give me a minute to find it. Yeah, we can switch to full screen mode, which I also don't think the original had. But it means that we can see a lot better. So, there's the medical bay. which is just like the remake, pretty much. And all the stuff is in the same place in this closet. Berserk combat booster, system analyzer, stamina stimulant, standard access card, lead pipe, navigation unit, and then we have a briefcase which you actually have to search, which has audio log and our data reader, which we need to read the audio log. So yeah, this was one of the very first immersive sim games, and it kind of influenced a lot of other games after it.
Employee 2-4601, listen carefully. My name is Rebecca Lansing, and I'm a counter-terrorism consultant to Trioptimum. We're tracking a disruption on Citadel Station, something involving an onboard AI called SHODAN. You are Triop's only contact on station. Communications are out, and there is evidence of biological contamination. The mining laser is charging for a possible strike against Earth. There's a man named Nathan Darcy who may know something about taking the laser offline. His office is near the central hub on your level. The AI is on the bridge. Once the laser is out, look for the source of the problem there. And by the way, we know all about you and your friend Diego. Pull this off, and we'll clear your record. That implant you're wearing is military-grade hardware. Use it well. Lansing out.
So I'm not really sure if that's pre-recorded, or if she somehow sent us a message once we activated that. Alright. So yeah, we can switch these now that we actually have our implants to, like, minimap, and inventory, data logs, you know, all the good stuff. Oop. Keep forgetting I have to hit E to switch to free look. So here's our pipe. One thing I've noticed is that even in this enhanced edition, the weapon sprites are very, very small. I haven't really played this. I kind of tinkered around with this a while back, but that's about it. Alright, so this servobot has a skull and a soda can. Unlike the remake, you can't actually drink the soda. I keep hitting escape to try to exit those, too. Alright, so the surgery machine heals me up to full. So yeah, the layout seems to be pretty identical. But I know some things are different. For example, we don't immediately get a pistol in this as our main sidearm. We actually get a dart gun, which is only really good against organics like the mutants. Okay, frag grenade. Take that. Charge station. I do like that you can just kind of click on anything and it will tell you what it's supposed to be. And if you double click, you try to use it. Words. Use your words, hacker. Human corpse. Alright, so he's got a spark beam on him. That's our first weapon we get. And if we bring up the weapon tab here. So, in the remake, you actually have, you know, just 3 settings for power level. But here, you can actually adjust the spark beam on a slider from low to high. And it determines how much heat it generates and how much damage it does. So we're just going to set it to the middle setting, I guess. But yeah, you notice how you can barely see the sprite? It's like the very bottom of the screen. So, I mean, to me it seems like the remake is both kind of true to the original and also very different. It's different in pacing and tone, but true in, like, layout. And there's a camera up there. Security now 98%. Wasn't there a camera over here, too? Yep. So yeah, I'm curious if, like, even the cameras are all going to be exactly in the same spots. We have new mail from SHODAN.
Welcome back to Citadel Station. We hope your somnolent healing stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072. You are currently in the healing suites located on the first level. Level 2 contains the research laboratories, 3 houses the Department of Maintenance, and the storage cells are on level 4. The flight deck is on level 5.
Oops.
Level 6 holds crew facilities and executive suites, and level 7 is systems engineering. Level 8 houses the Department of Security. The bridge is located on level 9 and energy systems on level R. All levels can be accessed by the elevator in Alpha Quadrant. We hope you have a pleasant stay on Citadel Station.
So I assume that was pre-recorded before she was, self-aware. Alright, the code to this, I believe it's 405, but unlike the remake, where I don't know how to stand back up. There we go. I'm gonna say that unlike the remake, you don't just find it on this dead guy in a note. I think we actually have a note already in here somewhere. Yeah. This is a note from us to us, which makes more sense than the other note in the remake saying, "Just a note to myself." Looks like Diego's happy with my work. They're firing up the sleep machine for me now. Gotta admit, when the goons from Tri-Op caught me, I thought for sure they'd take me offline. Instead, Diego just asked for a favor. Hack him into SHODAN and all is forgiven. Plus, 6 months in a healing coma earns me a cyberjack interface even Tri-Op's execs couldn't swing. I'll be king of the net. Even so, I have just handed the most powerful AI in the system to a fumbling Corp VP, and there's no telling what'll happen. They tell me the coma leaves you foggy, so I'll leave myself some reminders. First off, the combo to the healing suite is 451. Second, I've stashed some useful stuff in the maintenance hatch under the grating north of the healing suite. Last and best, I finished the systems analyzer, which will let me keep an eye on SHODAN's processes. It's in the storage closet outside the sleep machine. In 10 minutes, it's off to bed for half a year. Good night. Hold on. Some useful stuff in the maintenance hatch under the grating north of the healing suite. So I don't know if that means in here. Fluorescent light. Okay, so here's the healing suite. So north. I mean, it said grating, so I'm not exactly sure. This is paneling. That's also paneling. Yeah, I think if it was in here, it would be, like, over here. Oh, I was wondering if I could switch the settings on this.
SHODAN security's closing down on us. The elevators are frozen. Myra keeps saying that it's the cameras and the medical CPU core, that SHODAN's using these to hold onto the level. That's all fine, but I don't really see how it helps. The thing is everywhere.
Okay, so now we're out into the station. You can see it has that same kind of square-paneled walls as the remake has. Also, one of the things that was a big deal about this game is that it had physics of a sort. It's not exactly Trescom, or it's not exactly Trespasser, but, it's still physics in a game. Also interesting that apparently the reason that they went with, audio logs and picking up notes and whatnot is because they wanted to get rid of dialogue trees from their previous game, Ultima Underworld 2. They felt that the dialogue trees actually took you out of the game instead of making you feel more immersed, so it would be better if the world just kind of had all these notes and whatnot that established the story without directly putting you into a menu. So I thought that was kind of a neat explanation for why they did that. And, audio logs are still a thing these days. Games still do them. People still complain about them, though. About how now they actually take you out of the world because we don't have dialogue trees anymore, so for the most part, you just go up and talk to someone now, and it doesn't take you out of the game. Unless it's like a Bethesda RPG where you stand there and go into the speech zone where everything else freezes. Access card. Another log.
Gunther was killed today. I can't let myself think about it. I think I understand how Shodan is doing it. When we destroy the cameras and CPU nodes, Shodan loses some of its control over the station functions, at least on this level. I think I can restore manual control in the hospital.
Man, that note was completely different from her audio. Okay, there's a camera up there. So we activated this elevator? Oh no, that just brought the light back on when I fixed that. I don't know what the fuck that sound was. Oh, that was the elevator, okay. So yeah, I mean, in a way this is not too different, but in the other way, it's a very strange game, even for its time. I mean, the thing that people talk about the most about trying to replay this and how, oh, this game is just unplayable now is because of the giant UI and all these windows you have to mess with, but I think after just a little adjustment period, it's very playable. I mean, this is a very good port as well, since before you had to use DOSBox to play this, so that definitely helps my impression, having not played the original in its original state. Here's our mutants. Those are the ones that we were seeing in the remake when we used the Berserk patch. I don't know why he appears to be stuck in the floor, though. I wonder if grenades are just as swirly in this as they are in the remake. These poor mutants appear to be stuck. What are these? These are standard rounds, so those would be the pistol, but we don't have a pistol yet. Multi-view unit. Okay, that seems to be a new upgrade. I think that lets us see behind us. Which, you know, with how awkward the controls were before, I can see why you would want that, but I think it also uses juice while it's active. So yeah, that's cool that we get new stuff to slot in, and I'm pretty sure they'll still do that in the remake. That you'll find new cybernetic software. Alright. Let's see if we can find the Armory, because I think I still know the code to the Armory. So you can see the combat is very simple. It's very easy. But it kind of had to be for how hard it is to quickly target. And we already saw that there aren't any of the cybernetic surgeons. I believe the cyborg mantis from the remake is also not in the original. Medical computer cyberspace lock. Okay, so we need to go into cyberspace to open that door. I do want to definitely check out cyberspace here because I remember the one time I tried to play this, you know, or when I was just kind of running through it, I thought the cyberspace was still uncontrollable in this. Control pedestal. Can't use control pedestal. Not a very good control pedestal then. As I feared, Shodan's malfunctions are manifesting in Citadel's cyberspace net. Several storage lockers and rooms have been sealed, their controls put on cyber toggles, only accessible in cyberspace. Also, some codes to sensitive areas on the station have been encoded onto loose data fragments. Although all station personnel capable of entering cyberspace have clearance for those codes, I'm very concerned about their potential security hazard. I'll try to have Shodan introduce defensive programs into cyberspace to keep potential intruders from the floating data and cyber toggles. Okay, so he gave Shodan cyber weapons to defend her cyber codes. Medical access card. Alright, let's, I'm gonna save just in case something bad happens here. Let's go into cyberspace. Alright, so yeah. Cyberspace is kind of like a flight sim from what I understand. I don't know the controls here. We can rotate, but I don't know how to go like faster or slower. It seems like holding S actually makes me go forward. So yeah, this is very awkward. Okay, that just makes us go out. New data object acquired. Recall software acquired. Already at maximum integrity. Okay, so does it not give me the weapon this time? I guess the data we got doesn't actually do anything yet. Okay, W makes me go up, but S makes me go forward. I don't think I'm supposed to touch those. Man, this is weird. I like the wireframe look, though. Like, obviously it's not as fancy as the remake, but it's an interesting look for the time. I think the Cyberdog is hitting me? But yeah, I don't have an attack soft yet. Game software acquired. Hold on. I saw a red thing. Okay, well, just like in the remake, these tunnels are automated. You kind of just have to go through them. I'm not really sure why I rotate so much, though. I kind of feel like I'm just spinning. So yeah, this is still pretty hard to control. And I can't imagine doing this with, like, oh, that was an exit. I can't imagine doing this with, like, just arrow keys. I mean, I guess we can look at the controls here for cyberspace. Thrust is S, climb, dive, bank left. Okay, yeah, so these are like flight sim controls from the time. So the main one I needed to know there was X to go down. But I still don't know why I'm spinning. That just seems to be happening on its own. Oh boy, this is disorienting. So, this would definitely be a barrier, I think, for people trying to play this now. Security defense mine. Oh my god. I'm very unsure which way is up. Okay, I need to go in this tunnel. I can tell that much. Ugh. Now, dive. Oh, man. I feel like it's also far too zoomed in now. Okay, there we go. I had to hit E again to go back into being able to aim properly. So that's a little less disorienting. Inactive switching node. Okay, security doors opened, so that was what we came in here to do. What is this? Pulsar software acquired. Okay, so now I have a weapon. Whatever, let's just get out of here. I successfully opened the doors, and that's the important part. So yeah, that was kind of awful, but I hope that it's not a very widespread part of the game. Okay, so we get the mag pulse, which is the weapon that's good against robots. Which we'll need for that security robot. I don't think we're going to go all the way up to the CPU nodes, but, you know, that's where it would come in handy. The fuck? Why did I just, like, roll forward? Okay. So I'm glad we at least checked out cyberspace so I could show you how kind of hard it is to use in the original game. Door's locked. There's the dart gun. So this thing shoots exploding metal darts, apparently. Sight vision enhancement. I wonder if that makes me see in the dark. Screen. Relay access port. So I think the Armory was through that... Ooh. There's our first cyborg. I think we want to use the spark beam on him. I don't know what that sound was. Thought it was a camera, but I don't see any. Standard rounds. Standard rounds, which are... Oh, these are Teflon rounds. I think these are like armor piercing. Because if you put Teflon on the bullets, then they're slipperier and they come out faster. I do kind of love that original voice they have. So this is the central hub right here, but we're going to backtrack. Oh, we can sprint. You know, I hadn't actually thought we could sprint. So I didn't even try it. Stay away. Okay, so let's go down here. It just kind of activates itself, I guess. So, stamina up stimulant. I noticed that we don't have that, like, heartbeat monitor. So I'm not actually sure what that's supposed to represent in the remake. Okay, we have another dart gun, so what we're gonna do is unload it, and then drop it. Okay, this is where that maintenance spider robot was. The one with the flamethrower. Can take out the spark beam again. Okay, it just zaps me now instead. It's hard to tell, like, when you're actually within damaging range, because I was getting hit from, like, 10 feet away. Light switch. So something else that people have pointed out is that the remake seems to be much darker than the original, even though the original still has dark areas. Another thing you might have noticed too is that the environment is entirely 3D, and it's only the enemies and items that are sprite-based, but apparently they did want to have 3D enemies as well. They just didn't have time in the end to implement them, which is why we ended up with sprites mixed with 3D, but I think that's a look that can work well. Okay, that also took 4 shots, so maybe the cyborgs aren't any less affected by the spark beam or the dart gun. Okay, so this is the Armory. I think the code was 705. Blocked by SHODAN. Okay. So we can't even get in there if we know the code. I guess you could say that we've been blocked. What do we got here? A helmet. It's no good to us, we can't wear it. The head, we also can't wear that. Perfection through genetics. This area seems to be considerably smaller than it is in the remake. And also kind of just looks like a patch of dirt on the ground. forget which one of these is logs. I guess we have to actually open the tab for it.
Carl has come back from recon without Alan. He says they took Alan into a robot cyborg conversion, and now he's a cyborg assassin. Carl
Those are really fucking loud.
Here, before he ran. One of the technicians says we can just flip a switch and make the converter a surgery unit again. With only 12 of us left, though, it may be an academic point. Maybe someone else should have been leader.
Okay, so we are dying of biohazard right now. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell when you're taking damage at all because it's just a flicker on your screen that shows you you're getting hit. Alright, and how do we heal? We have to go here and... Okay, that's fairly straightforward. You just double-click it. Those doors are a lot chunkier than they are in the remake. Like, they actually look real solid. Okay, one more thing I want to see before we wrap up here is the mobile laser thing. Oh, this is blocked by SHODAN as well. God damn it, SHODAN. Okay, so there's Alpha, which is blocked right now. So that is activated from around here somewhere. There's a room in the floor. Okay, there's the mobile laser. It doesn't look very mobile here. It kind of just looks like laser here. Oh. I gotta heal. Let's turn up the spark beam a little bit. Yeah, that worked a lot better. There's like one of them in the floor somewhere. So I think that the room is under there. I just have to find where the elevator is. Is it here? No, it's here. Gotta let my heat cool down. I don't know what happens if it overheats all the way, if it just blows up in your hand. Trank darts. I've heard those are useless, because they stun enemies for about 1 second, and they only work on, obviously, organics. Okay, so... Ooh. So, I guess the turbo lifts are not super obvious in this, or the repulsor lifts. But this is the one where there is a puzzle that we need to open Alpha. Oh, that's what the button does. Where is that button? I mean, I just activated it. It's like under one of these. Okay, so we need to stay in the center of this. Then we find the switch, this thing here. What kind of... Oh, okay. I was like, what kind of puzzle is this? One that's not super obvious. Okay, well, we need to get here. I don't know why this is not working. I kind of wish there was like a tutorial for these puzzles, just because I'm not really sure what I need to do here. I think I might need to activate both sides. But this side's blocked. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I just need to connect to both sides there. So that opens up Alpha. Let me lift down. So yeah, this is pretty playable. The cyberspace sections would be a pain in the ass, but they're not really that important. Like, they open doors and stuff, and that's all you need to do is rush through them and get that. You don't have to, like, hang out in there, and you don't die in cyberspace. Though if if your integrity runs out while you're in there, you will take damage in the real world, just a little bit, every time you get ejected. So I kind of liquefied this thing. It's just called a hopper here. But I think we'll wrap up now, because we don't need to go through the entire medical, because that would take like 2 hours. But yeah, so I think I can say that in some ways the remake feels very true to this, while in other ways it feels like a more distinct blend of System Shock 2 and 1. You know, more of the theme and tone of System Shock 2, but still having the kind of aesthetics of System Shock 1. Just without the boppin' cyberpunk music. So, until next time, thank you for joining me for this look at System Shock Enhanced Edition. I think this is pretty cool, I think this is playable, and who knows, I might end up playing this before the remake comes out. Maybe not LPing it, but playing it on my own. But then again, I don't know if I want to play this before the remake comes out, because I want to LP the remake, and I kind of want stuff to still be a surprise, so I might hold off, but I would play this otherwise. Alright, you folks all take care, and I'll see you back on Citadel Station in a couple months, I suppose, but we might have a certain spaceship to check out before then. Take care, everyone.